folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? 2021 is here. A lot of stuff happening.
Outrageous Fun. Season 3.
What's up, everybody?
What is freaking Gucci?
How we doing?
Dude, I'm telling you now, people, okay?
Something's
I've been
up.
speaking this truth for a couple weeks now. Jump on the Islander bandwagon.
I officially abandoned my allegiances and jumped on the bandwagon, too.
Dude, the Islanders to the moon.
Yeah.
They came out in game 1 in the semifinals strong, okay? Hockey is a sport that anyone can watch and have a good time. There's hitting, it's fast pace.
It's honestly true. I never used to enjoy watching hockey on TV because it is hard to follow the puck.
Sure.
Honestly, the camera work, shaky.
Really?
Oh, yeah, shaky.
As a guy who never watches hockey, you're like
Right.
getting a little seasick.
Right, not even seasick. It's just like when the puck is in play, like in motion, like 40 to 60% of the time, the puck, they haven't caught up to the puck yet.
Yeah.
And then they get to the other end, and then there's a bunch of action, then it's tossed the other way.
It's quick.
And it's like
you gotta be watching.
so it's hard to watch.
It's high
but
intensity.
Once you catch the rhythm, really fun sport to watch.
We watched the game yesterday with a couple of Long Beach buddies, and all of us were on the edge of our seats during this game.
Can I confess something? I was on the edge of my seat during the game.
Yeah.
I was also very stoned, very sleepy, and was passing out. And then everybody, like, they were scoring, and everybody's like, I was like, yeah, like I was out cold.
Dude,
at
I
points.
looked. You made eye contact with me, and your eyes
Were
looked
like
like yeah, your eyes were like bloodshot and shit. I was like, oh,
I was
damn.
passed. I was so tired.
My man had a weekend.
I was tired. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
sleepy.
It was ambitious to go
You
watch.
you slept till 11 a.m.
You didn't sleep till 11 a.m.
No, I did, and I was the hungover boy.
that was your own fault.
No, I'm an adult, dude. I get up and I add it. Up and add it.
I'm an adult. I know that I need my sleep, so I take it.
On my fucking couch. Kid's just butt naked on the couch. I'm like, hey, man. He's like, I'm like, all right, see you in an hour.
Game 2
But
tomorrow.
Game 2 tomorrow.
All right. I'm just saying, New York. We've been looking for something. Okay.
Dude, now that the Yankees
Knicks
suck,
people were
I'm
pumped
out.
for the Knicks. They fucking fell through. I've been trying to be like, can I get behind the Nets?
Dude, the Nets are also fucked now.
Oh, really?
Kyrie is hurt.
But they still have like 9 superstars.
No, Kyrie and James Harden are hurt, so I think it's like just Durant.
Good.
Who's sick.
Good.
But like,
He should be- if
Good.
he can't-
I hope they lose.
Do it
I
alone.
really do.
No, if Kevin Durant will do it alone, I have respect for him. Then.
No, yeah, I would have respect for Kevin. That
he
would
could do
give
it
me the
alone.
It would take back the
Kevin
whole
Durant and Blake
I'm
Griffin?
Going, yeah, it would take back the whole he went to fucking Golden State just for a title.
Yeah.
It would take that back.
We
from
love Blake Griffin.
love Blake
We
Griffin.
love Blake Griffin.
What, that Auburn,
Yeah.
like biracial angel, I
Yeah.
would call him?
Biracial angel.
That's
is-
about it.
yeah.
He's the fucking boy. He seems like the coolest celebrity. He's like a
Yeah.
comedian.
I wanna
He's
be-
got like
yeah.
a comedy career.
He's fucking
He's awesome. We would get along with Blake Griffin, though. He would overshadow us for sure.
Yeah,
But
I
we
feel
would
like
get along with him.
like 100% of America would get along with Blake Griffin. But like, yeah, if he wants to be our best friend, he would be our best friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Islanders though, the Yankees suck.
Yeah, I don't even want. I honestly, This
don't-
isn't a day where I could even talk about.
So
them, 'cause I'm
for those
upset.
reasons, get behind the Islanders.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Game 2 tomorrow. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Let's go.
I've never said go Islanders in my life, and we were walking through Long Beach, and I almost said it to some random guy wearing an Islander shirt. I bitched out.
Dude,
'Cause I'm a
people were
Rangers fan,
buzzing.
technically.
People were buzzing.
Right,
When I
people
left
were
your
buzzing.
apartment, some guy was wearing my hat, and some guy was like, "Let's fucking go!"
It was buzz. The streets were buzzing.
streets
Long
were
Beach,
buzzing.
big Islanders country.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what a weekend, man.
It was a good weekend. Yeah, so me and Joe on Saturday, we had ourselves a day.
We had the definition of a day.
We had
Woke
the
up,
definition of a day.
worked out,
Worked out.
set the tone.
Set the tone. You still wearing your bracelet?
Duh.
Let's go.
Hollywood,
We went to Hollywood Beach
Health
Club. Hollywood Health Club.
Hollywood Beach Club would be way better. Hollywood Health Club, though.
They gave us some bands. We got in a real good workout in the
Great
morning.
workout, and then it just set the tone. We knew what we were getting into, though.
We knew what we were getting
And we
into.
have some stuff we want to talk about. We did it with weed, and now it's legal, so what up? But there's stigmas that need to be shattered.
There's stigmas that absolutely need to be shattered in the world out there. Okay?
Like anything, like alcohol, like weed, like fried chicken. Too much of anything amazing ain't good, and that's acknowledged.
Right.
But the right amount of something amazing,
One would
is
say it could be
fucking amazing.
therapeutic.
Right, therapeutic. Right.
Therapeutic. There's
Right.
a lot of good research out there that I've personally been reading about, mostly on Instagram.
Right.
Nonetheless, it's research. It's Instagram research, but it's
real.
It's research. It's from NYU. A lot of good stuff coming out about psilocybins.
No, psilocybin. Wow. Psilocybins.
A lot of
It
good
would be
stuff on Instagram
Psychedelics would
about
be the group.
psilocybins.
Yeah, psilocybin is the chemical.
So we took some psilocybins this weekend.
psilocybins. I think I want to call them psilocybins.
Right.
Psilocybins are cool.
I
Yeah, we
just
took
wanna-
some.
I want to know what the YouTube auto caption is going to be. What for? Whatever.
Whatever, yeah, the auto, dude. Yeah, so Dylan had his first mushrooms experience this
Yeah.
weekend. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't want to get into that, but yeah, what an experience it was.
What
But
a
we-
really awesome experience. Because
But we did it right.
we were very productive with it. Like we
Right.
went to the gym. Like we set the tone for the day by going to the gym. We're like, we're going to the gym. We're taking care of our bodies.
Right.
We had a fat breakfast. Where not a fat
Yeah.
breakfast. We had
No,
like
a healthy little
breakfast.
Right.
I think I had like an egg sandwich.
Yeah, you had a little wrap. I had a little egg sandwich. It was delicious.
And then we took these chocolates.
Yeah,
we took
little-
a therapeutic dosage. That's what it said on the thing.
Right. Thank you, hippie tribe.
We went over to the beach, and
What a better location.
yeah. And we really, I was like watching the waves kind of come in, and I thought about some really good stuff. I feel like I made a lot of progress in this business idea that I've been having for PT.
Right.
I made a lot of progress thinking about it.
Well, the thing with like psychedelics is you can, like I said, if you take too much of anything, it could be too much. And like you could easily take mushrooms and just melt and like let your brain and have like
Sure.
a good, weird little situation. But you can also like be super like productive. It's like
Yeah.
I was using the term elevate a lot. Like I didn't feel fucked up at all.
I didn't feel fucked
Maybe
up at all
there was a couple moments where I felt a little fucked
Sure.
up. Right, we had some moments. But for the most part, I just felt super elevated.
Right.
I felt aware of a lot of stuff. I felt like deep thought.
Yep.
Sometimes too deep, but like deep thought. And yeah, we were talking about business and it was awesome.
We
went
talked
on
about taxes for a while. I don't
Yeah,
know
that was
anything
a-
about taxes. We
I
talked
think we
about
still
taxes for
don't.
like 45 minutes.
Right.
I know more than I did before that.
Right. Was I like teaching you about taxes? I was.
Yeah.
Not my place.
Never talked about taxes before. Hey, I don't know anything. Thanks for sharing, bro.
Right.
Thanks for
I-
sharing. Hey,
how
brother,
many-
thanks for sharing.
You're welcome, dog. How many people you think took mushrooms and started talking about taxes ever? Maybe 5?
0.
That's
no
what I'm
one
saying.
ever.
We were being productive. Okay?
Yeah, but so
we
yeah,
had a
I have
really
a question
good,
for you, though.
productive day.
When did you know you were starting to trip? When it was starting to kick in? I know when it, for me, vividly.
So for me, me and Joe were standing in the ocean. The waves were coming in, and the sand was like underneath our toes, and it was like kind of like getting washed away. And I was looking short, so I was just like kind of looking at the waves coming in, and the waves coming out, and the waves coming in, the waves coming out, and that's when I knew. And I was like, "Hey Joe, what are you looking at?" And he's like, "I'm looking at the horizon. Isn't it on an incline?" And it was like I felt like we were looking like way up.
Yeah,
And
dude. I was
yeah.
looking back at the horizon, and I remember like seeing the waves underneath my feet, like in my lower peripheral, and it felt like I was looking at just a wall of water. It was like
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. But no, I knew I was tripping when I was looking at the lifeguard stand, and it looked like the dune that the lifeguard stand was on was like detached from the rest of the sand.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, what's up? There's something happening here. There's definitely something happening here. Also, when we were standing by the water, I felt like I sunk about 11 feet into the sand, but it was like not a little. It was like a little bit of a sink.
It was, yeah. I mean, I honestly thought it was a very casual thing.
Yeah.
A very casual
was
thing.
casual.
I had a great time. It felt very productive, and it wasn't too crazy.
The first few hours, didn't you think you could have totally, if you had to, gone to work easily?
No.
No, I thought I could have easily gone to work.
That's weird.
Really?
You were saying that? You kept saying, like, dude, see, like, I could go to work like this. And
I
was
totally
like,
could.
Dude, I could not go to work
No,
like
I was
this.
like feeling good. I was like maybe a little less if I took like a slightly lower dosage.
Nah, I couldn't go to work.
No,
like
I
that.
felt good. I felt really good.
We did, though. So later on, we were hanging out with some people, and they were like, did you guys see anything? And we did see a UFO.
We saw a UFO. Now, this is the way it went down, first
We
of all.
absolutely saw a UFO.
Now, you're talking to the kid who's been waiting to see a UFO for a fucking while. Like, understand, I've been begging to see a UFO.
Yeah.
Dylan, I'm like looking one way. Dylan's
I wasn't
looking
even
the other
trying.
way. Dylan
I wasn't even trying to look, but I saw it.
Dylan's face is just like freezes. He's like, bro, I think I'm looking at a UFO. And he's like, turn around, dude. There's a UFO. And I'm like, what? And I turn around and immediately I'm just like, oh my. I was like,
It really,
no.
Frankie,
It was
I'm not even kidding, dude. And this was like hours
Dude.
later. Like, I hadn't really. I didn't
couldn't-
have like any crazy visuals during this whole experience.
Right, it
I
was
really
mild
didn't.
visuals.
It was mild visuals. It was.
Couldn't
and then,
possibly be the mushrooms though.
No, so I know
Maybe it
exactly
was the
what it
Silly
was.
Billy.
The silly villains. I knew exactly what it was after the fact, but when I looked at it, it was so much like exactly that. It was so much exactly that picture of like it was exactly a UFO. And I was like, that's too much like a UFO for it to be that clear to me. Like it was so close. I was like, what? I started looking around at the people on the beach and I'm like, is anybody else staring at this freaking out? So I'm like, nobody's looking. And I'm just like, what's happening here? Like, are we looking at this? Is this real? But it was fucking there. We watched it go away, like fly away, and it was gone. And
I mean, it wasn't not.
I mean, to us in that moment, we 100% were looking at.
Also, UFO is defined as unidentified flying object.
Right.
It absolutely was an unidentified flying object. I didn't know what it was. For a solid 3
Right.
minutes, I was looking at it, and it
was
it
3
looked
minutes long.
exactly like the one from the Navy thing.
It looked
just
like the Tic Tac, and it was like
hovering
tilted exactly
We
the
did
same.
say later on that it may have been like a banner waving in the wind.
No, it was one of those.
It may have been
planes
a
that-
kite.
It was
It
one
may
of the
have been a kite.
planes. No, it wasn't a kite. It
wasn't
flew
a kite.
away. It went miles
Yeah.
away. It was one of those planes that drags the banners, but it was at a weird angle. Because then later, Dylan went to take a piss in the ocean. Stupid seaspiracy, bro. And and I saw another one. And I was like, dude, it's back. And then I watched it turn. I was like, fuck, it's a plane. So it wasn't a UFO.
I still stand by
Shockingly.
it was.
Speaking of UFOs, though, and speaking of the mushrooms, so remember a while back before you didn't think I was crazy about the whole UFO thing when you still thought I was crazy, and I was explaining the whole telepathy thing,
Yeah.
how aliens with the telepathy thing. So later that night, or no, it was actually the next night, but still. So the next night, I walked Dylan back to my apartment from our boy's place to get his shit, and then he went to the train, and I was like hungry, so I was like, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I walked there because I was like, I don't feel like losing my parking spot. So I walked there to go. I'm like, all right, what can I eat that doesn't take a lot of ingredients because I gotta carry this shit home? So I got lemons, butter, like all the shit to make spaghetti limone, which is like one of my favorite pasta dishes. Sabrina, Frankie's girlfriend, happened to make the exact same dish at the exact same time. And she also just on a whim just like decided to go get the shit. And I'm not saying, but I'm saying
UFO. We
that
saw
we
a UFO
talked to each
yesterday.
other low-key. Yeah, we saw a UFO and like the mushrooms made me telepathic.
Also, there was a
low-key.
moment while we were hanging out on the mushrooms that I was just speaking for like a long time. I was speaking for maybe like 5 minutes straight, and everything was rhyming.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Everything was, and it happened a couple times.
Happened 4 times.
Where
and
I
every
just
time
kept
it
like
happened,
speaking, and I would like be about to say the next word. I'm like, I don't even know how this happened, but this next word's about to rhyme with all the previous shit, dude.
I will never forget. It was Brett Wet.
Yeah.
No, Brett Jet Wet. Some shit, dude. It happened like 4 times. The 4th time, I was like, "Bro, you're doing it again." We were just like, "Fuck." Yeah, he kept rhyming. That kept coming back. We did have one bug out though when we got back to my apartment. We went to get over to my
yeah.
apartment to get changed, and then we'll stop talking about mushrooms. We went to my apartment to get changed into bathing suits because we wanted to be in the ocean while on mushrooms. And I went into the bathroom, and like on the way, they always say when you're tripping balls, like
Don't look
not
in
to
the
look
mirror.
in the mirror. But I've done it before. But I was just like,
As Joe was in the bathroom, I was like, I wonder if he's looking in the mirror right now.
so I saw the mirror on the way into the bathroom, and like immediately felt something, but I didn't see.
You heard
much.
like a noise.
No, I just felt something in my gut, like when I saw it.
Come look at your face, stupid.
I would have headbutted the mirror. So I start
Voldemort.
peeing, and I'm peeing while holding my phone. I open my friend's Snapchat, and it was my friend's like leggings were camo. It was just a picture of the leggings, and I was looking at the phone, and like the colors on my phone were just going berserk, and I was like, okay, I'm in a small space, like it's happening a little bit. So as I'm noticing the colors on my phone, I looked at my thumb, and it was like swollen to like this big. And I just had this big ass thumb, and I was just like, fuck. I was like, no more of that. So I put my hand in my pocket. I looked down at
I
my
put my
dick.
thumb away. This thing is huge.
I looked down at my dick, and it was like 2 feet further away from my face than it usually would be. So I was looking down at my dick like it was like off a building, and I was just like, okay, dick's going away, hands in the
I'm looking
pocket.
at my thumb. My dick's my thumb. I'm looking at my dick. My thumb is my dick.
Yeah, it was all fucked up. So then I started looking in the mirror, and I just go, Dylan, you gotta come look at yourself, man.
Yeah.
And then we had a whole episode of looking at ourselves in the mirror. It was just it was a good time though. No bug outs. It was all wholesome.
It was
elevated.
so wholesome.
I would recommend it.
Wholesome and elevated.
I said I think it's a once a month adventure. Do a
Yeah.
little bit of mushrooms
it was
once a
so
month.
casual.
Get your brain working.
I had a fantastic day at work today too. Like I felt
oh
motivated.
yeah, it gets the
I was
endorphins like going.
chilling.
Yeah.
My low of the week, though, so yesterday we hang out in Long Beach all day, and I take the train back to Manhattan. I'm walking back from Penn Station, and I'm like walking up to go get a city bike. And I have like my headphones in. Actually, no, I wasn't listening to music. I'm just walking. I'm like walking pretty quick. And I pick my head up, and I make eye contact with this black dude, and he just goes, "Oh, shit, man. I thought you was Tony Hawk for a second." And I was like...
How's that your low? Tony Hawk's a ledge.
Hold
he's
on.
60, but he's a ledge.
No, he's not 60. He's 53.
Oh.
That hurt, bro.
Yeah.
So I look up Tony Hawk, and Tony Hawk, yeah, he's a fucking legend, but he's 53 years old, dude. You know what I did last night? An anti-aging mask. I'm so fucked, dude. Why is my face so old?
Bro, you got Irish skin. Like,
I
you
looked
just
in the
got
mirror
Irish
on,
sun skin.
on the mushrooms, dude. I looked in the mirror, and I was like, dude, you're beautiful. Like, you gotta really... like love your body more. I feel like I have like weird body dysmorphia, and I was like, dude, you're looking in the mirror and like you're looking at your love handles, and you're gonna like really love them.
Yeah.
And then I looked at I was like, you're beautiful, dog. You're beautiful. And then I looked at my face. I was like, you're definitely 28 though.
Yeah, like.
And then but I'm like 28 going on like
But
53.
you're a dickbag. You thought you looked 40 since we were 18, and you were
I didn't
hooking up with
thought I
like
looked
38-year-old
40.
women in bars.
People told me I looked 40, and then I lived that life.
Right, okay, but when people say you look 40, they don't mean you look 40, like, oh my God, you're old looking. They're thinking like you look old. You don't look 18. It's like hyperbole. Nobody's like, you look 40. You're like, I'm 18.
They're not like-
no, you're 40. Like, that would never happen.
Oh, for sure.
You're overthinking it, always.
I mean, I'm not.
You don't look old, is my point. You got Irish ass skin for show, but like, you look great.
Well, I appreciate the compliment.
You're welcome.
I didn't see you said the compliment in such a mean way.
That's
It
what I
feels-
do.
it
Have
felt-
I ever said a compliment in a nice way? I'm always like, you look fucking beautiful. That's my thing.
And then called me a dickbag. Yeah.
You are a dickbag.
All right. Cool. Yeah, but that was my low of the
Stop
week.
being soft.
Tony Hawk is sick for sure.
Yeah, you fucking wish you looked like Tony Hawk.
I said
bro.
I
He's a
told
hot
the guy.
53.
I told him I was like, dude, I wish I was
Bro,
Tony
pull
Hawk. I
up-
wouldn't have to go to work tomorrow. And the guy was like, hell yeah.
Yo, shut your big head up, Frankie. Pull up a picture of Tony Hawk. Google Tony Hawk 2021. Pull it up, and then we're done with the Tony Hawk conversation because I'm going to end on how beautiful Tony Hawk is as a man, and you're going to see.
I know, dude. Tony Hawk is sick.
He's sick, but he's beautiful too.
I'm just like, dude. If I look 53 when I'm 28, and if I'm 53, am I
Yeah,
gonna
the
look
math is not in your
dead?
favor. Yeah, it's not in
What the
your
fuck's
favor.
gonna happen?
I mean, dude, look at your dad. Your dad doesn't look 60,
No,
but he
doesn't.
is.
My mom's about to turn 65
She looks
this week.
38. I
Yeah.
don't know how your mom's 65.
I
Like,
need
that
to-
blows my mind.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. Eva, if you're listening, I don't know if you've been mad at me for the last 8 months because of this podcast, but you're welcome.
And
You look
happy early
beautiful.
birthday.
Happy early birthday.
65.
65 is crazy. She looks amazing. Dude, we really lucked out in the genetics department. Like, my parents definitely don't look their age. Dude, look at that man. You do high key. You look like Tony Hawk. I'm looking at it. You can't see it yet. Like you got a way better hairline than him, but shit, you look like Tony Hawk.
The way
I'm
he
actually
said
freaking
it,
out.
like it was right when I picked my head up and we made eye contact, and he was like, "Oh shit, I ain't even gonna lie. I thought you was Tony Hawk for a second."
Bro, why the fuck would Tony Hawk like Hollywood Beach, California?
I was wearing
Tony Hawk
Vans.
Be here?
I was wearing
Is that
Vans.
the line?
I was wearing Vans. He looks so old, bro.
Oh, he is though. He's 53, but he doesn't look 53. Do you think he looks?
He
53?
looks 53,
nah.
dude.
Dude,
He
he
looks
still got
tired,
brown hair,
bro. He looks
He is. He's a
tired.
fucking athlete. He's
He's done
exhausted.
too many ollies. He's tired.
Bro, you wish you had that jaw structure. Look at him. Look at that. He's got
Let
a
me
perfectly
see
symmetrical
a
face.
younger picture of Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, bottom right. Bottom right
right?
pick is perfect.
Yeah, that kind of.
That's
looks
Dylan
like
on
me.
a good day.
Also, that just looks like white dudes.
Bottom right. Yeah, Dylan on a good day, but for sure. Dylan on a good day. Tell me that's not Dylan O'Keefe.
Yeah,
You
that,
fucking wish your ass that was fucking you. Shut up.
Yo, did you ever try to skateboard as a kid?
Yeah, I used to skateboard actually. I was terrible.
Could you ollie?
I used to. That was all I could do was ollie.
Could you
and
do it for real though?
I could get air. I just couldn't like.
I don't know
couldn't,
why
like,
I
jump
can't see
over
your
shit.
Italian ass getting there.
I used to skateboard with Andrew Laporin. He could probably vouch. We were both terrible. He probably got better. I quit because my dad said I was gonna knock my teeth out.
right.
My dad knocked his teeth out skateboarding.
That's probably why he said
That's
it.
why he said it. He didn't want to pay for that shit. Yeah, I used to skateboard. I bought a really expensive skateboard, then quit.
Nice.
How about you?
I had a. I think my skateboard was from like Modell's or something. The bottom was sick.
What was your bottom? I remember my bottom.
It was. I don't really remember honestly.
Mine had a
I
tiger
just-
on it.
Really? I had like
sick.
a bunch of people on it. It was like a bunch of people. And I tried to do it. I was trying to do ollies in my backyard. Snapped it in half. Yeah. It was.
Chubster.
I was.
Were you
dude,
chubby?
Yeah. I was trying so hard to do the ollie, dude. I know in my head to this day how to do the ollie, like the maneuver of it.
Of course.
Like you drag your foot up.
It's that.
Is that? That's an ollie.
That's it.
And your feet are doing like a. If my feet are here, it's like a.
Wait, are you saying ollie or a kickflip?
I tried to do kickflips too.
I don't, dude. I
Heel
don't
flips,
know
kick flips?
how the fuck people do skateboard
I don't know how they're
tricks.
moving and they do it
I don't-
onto a thing.
Even not moving. Like the shit people do with their boards, it blows my mind.
Yeah, it's true.
People, I don't think they get enough credit. Skateboarders for sure. Like that shit is insane. And they-
Did you have a low of the week?
No, I had a good week. Honestly,
Nice.
I had a good fucking week. What's up?
No lows
My
at
low
all.
of the week was when I stopped tripping. No, no, I had a good week.
Nice.
But you know who? He had a good week, I guess. This is his only good week, dude. Jeffrey Toobin,
Jeffrey Toobin,
big jerkin' Jeffrey, returns
big jerkin' Jeffrey.
returned to CNN for the first time since he got caught masturbating on a Zoom call with the New Yorker. I got a few opinions about this.
Yeah. So if you don't know the story, this guy Jeffrey Toobin, he worked for the New Yorker and he worked for CNN. And during quarantine, on a Zoom call, I guess it was like they had like a Zoom meeting and then the Zoom meeting ended.
Right.
But he stayed on and started
He
whacking
thought,
it.
right, he thought he was X'd out. He wasn't. He started vigorously masturbating, and he was. Then he took he took a leave of absence from CNN, and New Yorker canned his ass. They fired him.
Yeah.
So he like came back on the news. He's a legal analyst, oddly enough, and he came back on the news this week. And first of all, the interview of
It was a 10-minute live interview.
yeah, he had an 8-minute. He was just part of the news. But
Oh,
he-
yeah.
So they gave him an 8-minute like period to
Yeah.
just apologize.
Clear the air.
But the beginning, the woman who introduced him, I forget her name. I apologize. It's a CNN anchor. She introduces him, but first tells the story. She's like, I guess I'll tell everybody who doesn't know. And was just like, so, you were on a Zoom call, and then you started masturbating, but the Zoom call wasn't over, though you thought it was. Is that accurate? And he was just like, yeah, that's about it. Like, that's the size of
That's
it.
how it started.
And then, honestly, I give her a lot of credit because she didn't crack up, and like I was LOLing while
She was
in
also
out.
like peppering him with like pretty tough questions.
Yeah. So that was my second part. Like, so she sets this whole thing up, and then she was just roasting him, not
Yeah.
roasting him, but like giving him really tough questions. And his whole apology. The odd part about it was like he's getting these hard questions, but his apology was like
Hard.
this. Nice. His apology was like the softest,
Soft.
most most over the top over over the top apology ever, in the sense of like, so when you the size of it is this size. Nice. The size of it is he got caught. He thought he was off of this call, and he's
I'm looking for more.
and he started jerking off.
Jerking off.
Nice. That one was pretty obvious.
Yeah, I know.
But he started jerking off. Now, it was work from home. It was the heat of quarantine. We were only working from home. Nobody was going to the office. If you were on a Zoom call in the office and started jerking off,
Right.
I could see you getting like fired.
Right.
Because you're in your office.
You're not supposed to jerk off in the office.
You're not supposed to jerk
Everyone
off in the
knows
office.
that.
You know where you are supposed to jerk off? Your house.
Right.
So he was at his house on his laptop, which is like a match made in heaven. House laptop equals
Right.
jerking off. So the
Just
whole
to play
like,
devil's advocate,
right.
he's on a Zoom call, thinks he X out, immediately jerks off.
Talk to people in like on Wall Street. Have you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Right.
Got to get those numbers up, rookie. Those are rookie numbers. They talk about jerking off at work. That's a real thing. People with stressful jobs rub one out. That happens. That's
Okay.
not fake news. People do that shit.
That's not fake
So he
news.
was at home. I feel like he was even more in the right to relieve himself of his workly stresses.
Sure.
And he did that. Now, obviously, during the hours of the workday, I mean, there's some gray area there. But he thought he was off the call. I think that's the main thing. He exposed himself to the office. There's no getting around that.
There's no getting around the fact that the dude jerked off on a Zoom. I will say, though, you know, if there were ever a time that, like, I would be, like, accepting of apologies, like, quarantine was tough times, man.
Yeah.
Maybe that meeting was stressful. Maybe he was
Right.
having a bad day and he just really needed to have a little bit of me time.
Bad day. How up do you think masturbation numbers were during quarantine?
That's what
Had
I'm
to
saying.
Be 1,000%.
Everyone was doing it.
Right.
Everyone was doing
Everyone's
it.
always doing it. Spoiler alert! If you're not aware about like the world,
Yeah.
everybody's always doing it.
Right.
Especially the people who say they don't do it.
So that's why it was very funny to me that he, during his apology, he said that he was like going to therapy and he's doing public service. I'm like, bro, you jerked off on camera. You don't need to go volunteer at the soup kitchen.
Right? He was saying like, I'm trying to become a better person and a better man that people could trust. I'm like, dude, you didn't.
Yeah, he
cheat
was
on
talking
your
about
wife.
trust. I was
Right.
like, so you talking about trust,
Like
dude.
you're not cheating on your wife. You got
Yeah.
caught jerking off. You're gonna continue to jerk off. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna stop.
Right.
So shut up.
How many Hail Marys do you think
But
it
we're
was,
in this
dude?
weird. So many.
So many Hail Marys?
But we're in this. I'll tell you.
Probably only 10, honestly.
Last time I confessed to jerking off to a priest, he told me 15 Hail Marys.
That's
It's
a
a lot.
number?
That seems a lot.
Yeah, but his stakes seem way higher.
Yeah, they
That's
were
at least
higher.
a hundy.
No, it's probably 15 Hail Marys, maybe a full rosary, and you're good.
A full rosary.
Full rosary, and you're good for that, I think.
I like that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But, dude, like, we're in this weird time, though, with the apology stuff, where, like, I'm sure C&M was like, you can totally be back here, but you better make this right. And I'm sure he took the liberty to apologize the way he
I
wanted.
think they just brought him back just for ratings.
No, he was never fired. They gave him a leave of absence. They gave him,
I
like, a
did.
sabbatical.
That sounds like a great deal.
Not for him. He had no. I don't know if they were paying him.
Right.
Like he got fired from his other job.
Dude, I did love in his they were like, you know, during this time off, I've been really reflecting.
This is great.
I'm in therapy. You know, I'm doing public service. I'm writing a book. You could find it
Check.
on Amazon for $8.99. I'm like, bro, you just plugged your fucking book, dude.
Bro, he plugged this shit out of the book.
Plugged his jerk off book.
He didn't say the price, but he said like
No, he didn't say the price.
what the book
He
was
said
about.
what it was about.
I'm writing a book about this, and
He
this.
said it third. He said 3 nice things. He's like, you know, I'm volunteering. I'm really trying to become a better person, and I'm writing a book that you could. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit?
Like, how the hell does that have to do with your shitty apology?
yeah.
Oh,
No one cares.
And honestly,
no one cares about your book, dog.
listen, it's very rare that I back up any news person, especially like a CNN news person. This guy like seems like the nicest, like most mild-mannered dude. Does he not seem
Yeah.
like a nice guy?
Probably very luscious with his junk.
Jesus, man, luscious. Christ.
Like I bet he's
Like
not
he's
ferocious
gentle?
with it. Yeah.
Those
he
are
seemed like
always
a
the-
gentleman.
No, those are always the ones you gotta look out
Fear
for.
the
He was
ferocious
probably
ones.
like hunched over, and
No.
like tugging, but whatever. That's fine. Do your thing. Whatever floats your boat. But I did what I'm so about this whole apology thing. We are in this weird time where everybody has to apologize 100 times over about everything, and you have to apologize the right way. I stumbled upon an NBC article about this guy's apology, and I was fishing for an article that was saying like it was such an over the top thing, whatever. Did not find that. I found this article, which was basically saying that the plot of the fucking article was bananas. It said the only reason he was jerking off on camera to begin with, like they basically were saying the apology was not enough because it was like a runaround apology he was acting to make it seem like he was taking responsibility for it, but he actually avoided responsibility. That was the plot of the article. But their reasoning was it's because he's a straight white cis male
Fucking right.
that he even felt comfortable enough to jerk off because he didn't think he would get in trouble. And I'm like, leap.
That's a leap.
That's a leap that we're saying the reason this man
Dude,
was
the
horny
fact
enough
that-
to jerk off midday. He's a 40-something-year-old man. He probably hadn't been laid
Who the
in
fuck
3 months.
wrote that?
I'll tell you who wrote it right now.
What's that? So it was that they were not happy with his apology. They want him to get.
The title of the article is Jeffrey Toobin's CNN return after Zoom call was a class in performative accountability. So they're saying he was performing, that he was holding himself accountable for this whole thing.
I mean, he did
was written
scream
by-
pretty sincere besides his book plug.
He definitely was sincere except for the butt plug. Butt plug. It was written by Marcy Bianco, cultural critic. That's her,
Sure,
her
she
title.
sounds exactly like who would.
Yeah, she sounds like the worst. It was. I just couldn't believe. Yeah, the gender.
I'm sorry.
They were
do
just
people
talking
who
about the
don't-
double standards
I'm sorry.
of gender.
Do people who don't identify as straight white cis are y'all not?
Twiddling?
Y'all not twiddling?
Right.
Y'all not having good times with yourselves? I think you are.
The first line of the article says, the subsequent outrage pointed out the gender double standards at play and the hypocrisy of cancel culture. He was pretty fucking canceled. I mean,
Right.
he was canceled. I would beg to say if it was a woman who started like flicking her bean on a Zoom call, I would say she'd be treated more gently, maybe even. Maybe not, but I don't think she'd get a harsher punishment than what he got. I feel like that's a leap. Like there's no
I'm not sure if
evidence
I
to
can-
support it.
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
But like,
where would you say that he's getting treated unfairly? And that, like, there's no really,
he
there's
got
no
fired for like 7 months and then
He
had to
got
do like a
fired for real.
public apology on CNN, on live television, and have the entire nation just be like, you got caught jerking off on camera, now you're trying to fucking work again and you're back doing this. Like, that's pretty brutal.
right.
Pretty brutal.
And the
that's like throwing tomatoes that's like the guy getting thrown in the sticks and just getting tomatoes tossed at you. That's what that is.
In front of your parents.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
And your wife.
And your kids.
Yeah.
Like, I think he went through enough. But also,
Tubin be Lubin.
dude, nice.
Yeah.
The craziest thing that, like, part to me of this whole video of him apologizing, they go into, like, it's this intense, like, apology with her, like, peppering him with, like, some really intense questions, and he's, like, fighting himself off a little bit. And then they just go right into the news.
Right into gun control.
Directly into gun
I
control.
mean, put his pistol away for 2 seconds, for Christ's sake.
But ching. And he, like, you could see in his face, she was like, all right, should we start the news? And he just goes, I guess so. And they just go right to him, like, talking about gun control. I was like, holy shit, that's rough.
Yeah.
Talking about cutting your teeth, like, he's getting thrown back into the water,
Yeah.
deep end style. Like, that was tough. But this article was just bananas to me. Like, you got to be kidding me. How are we-
Someone's gonna have that angle.
And, dude, they were even mad that they chose a white woman to be on the show with him. That was, by choosing a white woman, the appropriate blend of mainstream feminism for viewers comprised of complicity and appeal. Can we be happy with anything? The man jerked off on camera. Just let him be in a comfortable setting to apologize. Maybe he was comfortable with that lady. Maybe they were friends, and she walked him through it. You know, give him a break.
I want
Jesus.
RuPaul on there, okay? I want RuPaul coming in, and he's just like fucking roasting this guy.
Is RuPaul a he?
Right.
You got to check yourself.
He's not a fucking white lady, though.
You're damn right. He's not a white
He's not
lady.
two whiteys.
You're
talking
damn
about
right.
yanking wanking. I was just saying, this might be a reach,
Right.
but
Reach.
a reach.
Reach.
Free the nipple.
Free
Free it all? I don't know.
the taint?
Free the all?
Are you
Free
trying
everything?
Are you trying to free the taint right now?
I don't know what I'm trying to free.
Whip it. Whip it out then if you want to free the taint. Let's
I'm
see
not
what he's
trying
got.
to free the taint. I'm not trying to free the taint.
I think you're trying to free the taint. I'll free the taint. I'm not going to do it now.
Was
but
this
I
guy
would-
freeing his taint?
I don't know. He was jerking off. Your taint appears.
Oof.
Does it not?
I'd rather.
It's not like your taint's as hidden as it's ever been when you're tugging. I feel like we need a more gentle term for us to use on the podcast for jerking off. Tugging, not it. Sorry about that.
Tubing?
That's nice. Now that's thinking with your head.
And on that one.
Head on that shit. Oh man. So yeah, me and Dylan this weekend also, we had a hell of a weekend, and Friday night we were shot. Like just dead.
Worked a lot that week.
Low key think we might have had COVID, but like it's not a big deal. Like we were just toasted. We were like, I have the sniffles. Let's go to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
And so we decided to watch Bo Burnham's new special. Frankie, have you watched it? Okay, so we haven't completely finished it. I got like 2/3 the way through.
I think
would
we're
say.
almost done. We only got like 10 minutes left.
Right, we had like 30 minutes left.
It was kind of long to get through.
Well, it was nighttime. We were like falling asleep. It was
we were
like
toasted.
12:30. And this is what I want to say about that, because I think I might. I mean, me and Frankie, and I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm like in a top 5% Bo Burnham fandom. Like I fucking
You're a big.
love.
You were. I feel like you were around for like the original YouTube videos.
We were always big Bo Burnham YouTube guys. That was probably our first like YouTube person we were a fan of, I would say, in our youth.
Yep.
And I feel like we always felt like we really related to every single thing he would joke about. We just like related to. Like it
Yeah.
felt very like, this is my dog.
Yeah.
You know? And this one, honestly, right on par with that.
Delivered.
It totally delivered. And I'll say this, like, I highly recommend watching it. But if you're like not over COVID and quarantine, if you're still like on the edge of your seat a little bit and like nervous to do anything at all, I just wouldn't recommend it.
I feel like so it's called Inside. It's like he filmed it all in one room. It's like all like COVID type content and energies, and like it's a little sad. It's like Sad Boy a little bit, but like it's
the perfect, like
the perfect amount of Sad Boy.
It's the perfect. Yeah, Bo Burnham is always like Sad Boy.
Yeah.
And this was like, I mean, he couldn't not be Sad Boy. It's
Of
quarantine,
course.
right? And I think it was perfect the way
it was. It was like a good amount of Sad Boy, but yeah, it was like a good time.
He just painted perfectly like the whole experience of quarantine. Honestly, like every thought that went through your head, he in some way mentions it.
For sure.
In song or in like a dark monologue, like he says it, and you're like, oh, I think that too. And like, I don't know, it was just, it brought you back to exactly what it felt like to be like locked in your house. But like you were laughing.
Yeah, you were laughing, and it was dark, and it was funny, and it was fucking impressive that he could just create all that alone.
If that
I would go insane.
Oh, it looked like he did.
It did look like he did.
He
go
kind of
insane.
did.
Yeah,
And it was like
that man's an artist.
it was very much like raw art.
Yeah, for real.
Like it wasn't even all comedy. It was just raw. Like, this is how I'm feeling. Here you go, world.
Yeah.
It was like the Kanye West of like musical comedy.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, this is me. What
And
up?
his last one, Make Happy, was the last one,
Which was also Sad Boy.
which was also like leaned a little bit more to the sad
which
boy
I
world.
loved also.
Yeah.
And he kind of like retired there. Or
Yeah, that was
so
his
we
last
thought.
one.
And the cool part about the Inside one was, yeah, he did retire after Make Happy, but he was basically explaining in this special that he was just going so insane he like needed to work.
You'd probably need something to do.
Right, exactly. So it was just, I mean, and he delivered, man. It you could tell.
You could
so I
tell
would recommend it.
It was
Big
a
time.
good. My favorite song was he had a lot of good jokes about the internet and like and technology and shit, and we were laughing because when we did cell phones 1, 2, and 3, it was like that's what I was. A beautifully tight, hilarious, genius song is what I would have liked to have done. But instead, I just ranted in a very serious, not that funny way for 3 hours.
About things we already knew existed.
Yeah. In a probably very unoriginal way.
Honestly, and I don't want to go too deep into cell phones, but just to bring it back for a second, I will never forget the like hype you had on your mind walking up that ladder. And like you were like, and you're holding the marble notebook, you're like, I got some shit in here, man. Gold. This is it, man. And I remember we start sitting down and you start going, and the second you started talking, I saw over your face like we still kept going. But
You
you were
didn't
just
stop
like,
me.
no, I didn't stop. you.
I had
But right when you finished like your first rant, you were just like, I could see in your eyes, it was just like, uh-oh. Like, this might not be it. Like,
no, dude. I think I was completely sold that it was because we did it 3 times.
no, you seemed nervous to me. I felt some nerves. I felt some like, am I crazy? Nerves? You
I
were
mean, it
also
was-
cracked out. So
I was-
very rightly so. It could have just been
I was
those
crazy.
eyes.
Yeah, it was those eyes.
Right.
Crazy out of my mind.
Right.
I wish I wrote a fucking hilarious song about it like
Hey.
Bo Burnham did.
Next time, man.
Next time, yeah, you live and you learn.
There's always next time. You'll be stressed out again, I'm sure of it. Speaking of stressed out, fucking Drake Bell got arrested.
Drake
For-
Bell, dude,
that-
my dog.
Yeah, he got arrested for attempted child endangerment.
I think he was texting little chillins.
He was texting a 15-year-old girl. But like the
Naughty things.
naughty things. So yeah, they said that some texts were sexual in nature. I read like 3 articles. You got some different info than me, but like I read 3 articles. They're all very short. There was no info except Drake Bell was, arrested for texting a 15-year-old girl, one 15-year-old girl, and then there was some stuff about like, his ex, he allegedly was abusive to his ex, but it was all hearsay stuff. So my initial reaction, now I'm not supporting what he did if that's what he did, but my initial reaction was like, it was just so much, it was such an aggressive headline for like having no intel. Almost like when the Chris D'Elia thing happened, they said
He
what
actually
happened.
got arrested.
Right, he got arrested and he got out on like $2,500 bail. But it was just like, oh, he was texting a 15-year-old. They didn't say what he was saying. They didn't say like if he knew she was 15. Like there was nothing except he texted a 15-year-old. He was endangering a child, which I feel like is an odd choice of words for the law he broke. Like he was in child endangerment.
Child endangerment seems like a reach. I feel
Right,
like it's like
Solicitation of sex to a minor?
that sounds better.
Maybe?
That actually
And-
sounds right.
Right? That sounded legal. So I was just thrown when I saw arrested for attempted child endangerment. I thought Michael Jackson like held a baby over a balcony or some
Yeah.
shit. It didn't sound like he texted a minor a couple of like, suggestive texts.
Of a day ago, some random website says that there's more against him, so I don't really know what's going to happen there.
I think it's. I read nothing about this at all, but why do you know a 15-year-old?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
he performs at shows. You would assume he met
Also
her at a
his-
show, right? Or maybe Instagram.
Who are his,
No bueno.
like his? I feel like Drake Bell's fans are like
Our
tweens.
age. Nah, dude.
No, his
Drake Bell's not
music,
famous to
dude.
to
Drake Bell's
youngins.
mad famous in like South America.
Yeah, South America. Is this girl like Latino?
I don't know.
Probably not.
But
She's
he's probably got
she's
other
suing
15-year-olds.
in America. She's got to be an
I
American.
bet if I had to think of who's Drake Bell's fans, he's also 5'9". If I had to think of
What a
who
random fact.
Drake Bell's fans are, I'm thinking they're 15-year-old girls.
See, I would think that because
Like
we were
13.
fans of him when we were 15.
Yeah.
In reality, what I was thinking was like maybe he is attracted. He might be attracted to like underage women. It's totally possible. I'm not saying that he's innocent. I have no fucking idea. But maybe it's because like his whole life he was so famous when he was he's only 6 years older than us. So he was like 16, 17, 18 when he was on Drake and Josh probably. And like he was probably so famous that people our age probably fanboy over him. Like what if he's like not attracted to people our age because of all the like fandom he experienced in like his prime. So like his brain went to like, well, who doesn't think I'm famous? And it's these 15-year-old girls who have fucking don't know Drake Bell. That's what I was thinking. But
What
you're
if-
saying his fans are 15?
I just thought of one. I didn't like it, but I thought of one. What
Okay.
if remember in Drake and Josh how much he like got girls in every episode?
Yeah, he slung dick.
Yeah, he was like constantly hooking up with girls.
That was
in
like the
show.
Charlie Harper of like
Children's
Nickelodeon.
show,
Yeah.
that was like a Nickelodeon show, but he was like macking constantly.
He was always making out with like hot
always
chicks.
making out, and maybe that was his prime, which it probably was.
Totally was.
And then he's like just was always making out with them on the shows, and then just like liked that, developed a likening to that human, and then it's carried on type of thing.
I saw somebody, I think it was the Flagrant. They kind of said it was like the Michael Jackson effect, similar to like kind of what you just said, where like he was a child actor and he just got stuck in that time of like when he was famous, like he just still wants to bang like those types of people, I guess. As I was saying that,
it's
I hated
illegal,
it.
dog.
It's very much illegal. He's
He is-
34.
He's 34, but he's weirdly jacked. Have you seen a
Yeah.
picture of him with that shirt off?
I feel like every child actor got jacked. Is that?
Dude, you ever see a picture of
Yes.
Jonathan Lipnicki?
Yeah, the fucking
Little
little
vampire?
vampire? Yeah,
He
he
is
shredded that.
yoked.
It's the first person I thought of.
Yoked.
Frankie, pull up Jonathan Lipnicki.
He's got a hard body, dude.
Yeah, he's also looks like trailer trash.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Does he still act
He also
in any
apparently
capacity?
sleeps with mice.
Stuart Little.
Yeah.
I for a second was like, what? Wait, what? Talk more about that. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, hey, another one bites the dust. Like, I feel like our generation of
Didn't think Josh would come out the hero of that.
I feel like Josh, I mean, I'm all for his weight journey because he's skinny now.
He was so fucking fat
Obese.
and is a
He made you in your prime
Oh, no.
look like a fucking
no, yeah, for real. He wasn't that. He was like He was the poster child for childhood obesity.
he was round.
Yeah.
Like very round.
yeah.
Yeah, he was big boy.
But he lost it towards the end of that show. That show was
Yeah, but
so
then he
good. Can we
really-
reminisce on Drake and Josh,
Dude,
dude?
now I'm pissed though because apparently I think Frankie wrote this up during one of our episodes. They're going to do a reboot. I heard there was a reboot in conversation of Drake and Josh for like adults. Like them, but like an adult show. There's no way that's happening now. What up, Lip Nicky?
Jack, dude.
I mean, no, he don't look like trailer trash. He's actually fucking hot.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, how tall is
He
Jonathan
was such a
Lipnicki,
cute
though?
little kid. Look at that side by side with him as a little boy.
Oh yeah, click that bottom right pic, Frankie. That's totally him and Stuart Little too.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, I want to see. How tall was he? He's 5'7". Not as short as I thought he was going to be, actually. But wow, shredded. Dylan, get your shit together, man. I wonder if Josh is. Sorry. I wonder if
wasn't a
Josh is
child
shredded.
actor.
Is Josh Peck shredded?
I think he's just like mediocrely built.
Josh Peck body. Not bad. He's not shredded by any means, but I mean, he's got. You see ribs.
I mean, he's in a show now where what's his name? John Stamos is his dad.
He's actually kind of ripped, dude.
Let me see.
I mean,
Dude, you know iCarly got a reboot?
shut up.
Yeah.
Because it did so well on Disney Plus.
I'm telling you, bro, we got to reveal that. Oh yeah, he's.
I mean,
jacked.
he looks good.
See, that's what I'm going for. I could fucks with
You
that.
can pull that off. Just
can-
like, hurry up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to stop eating past 10 p.m.
Which
That's
we're going to do in 2 hours.
Exactly.
Whatever. No, it has nothing.
Yeah, the iCarly got a reboot, and Sam's not in it anymore.
What? The brother?
No,
Oh,
the brother's in it.
The brother
Thank
has to
God.
be in it. He's electric.
Did, didn't something happen with her? Like she got canceled?
Recently,
Wasn't
I
she
saw
dating
her
like
new-
a
Miranda Cosgrove or Jeanette?
no, the one who played the Sam? She would like dated a
she
basketball
got nudes
player.
or
She had, I
something.
think she has an OnlyFans or like.
Shut up.
I don't know if she has one.
All right, we're
What?
looking into it.
No, I
she's
saw
got,
something on
naughty
Twitter.
photos out there for sure.
I saw something on Twitter like she was canceled because some NBA player like leaked something of her.
That's not fair. NBA
Yeah.
player
But he-
leaks your
but he-
nude and you get canceled.
If
Fuck
you
off.
do the reboot, you got to get Sam. She's one of the. There's
Bro,
three
no,
people in the
and-
show.
But you're right, dude. Free the fucking taint because, like, what? Her ass, a picture of her ass gets released and she can't get a job in Hollywood? Fuck off. Fucking Scarlett Johansson's showing taint in every movie she's in, and she's fine. Why is Jeanette McCurdy canceled for showing ass? Let her show some ass.
well, let's get the story. Let's see.
I'm
if
gonna get it. Wait, I'm looking up Jeanette McCurdy OnlyFans because we gotta debunk that immediately.
I'm just saying, dude. If there's people, if the
Oh no, she doesn't have an OnlyFans.
if the government is tapping our cell phones, you know they're tapping our cameras. We already know they're tapping our cameras because of Snowden, right?
Yeah, we already know.
So everyone
There's nudes
out
of me
there,
everywhere.
everyone's got a tubing video. Everyone's been tubing with tubing, dude. That's
Dude.
what I'm saying.
She doesn't have an OnlyFans, by the way, but nudes of hers did apparently get leaked.
Oh well, if it's leaked, it's kind of fucked up.
They got leaked, and they're not even that bad. It's just like a couple nipples. I just got them up. It's nipples. What? We haven't seen nipples before? Grow up.
Grow up, Nickelodeon. You used
Oh,
to let Drake.
shit.
You used to let Drake make out with girls constantly.
Oh shit.
What do you got?
I mean, it's definitely just nipple. Oh, that might be some butthole actually.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, there's some bending over going on, but it's not that bad. I've taken worse, and that's factual. You know, this isn't that bad.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just free
That's
the
why.
taint.
So Nickelodeon's not letting her back in for that reason.
Well, Nickelodeon, I guess I get, but I don't really though.
You let Drake Bell make out with a bunch of girls, so
That's
he's
not
a
the same
straight
as showing your
cis
asshole.
white male that you let kiss. Isn't straight white cis kissing equal to everyone else? Not that straight white male doing everything else.
Fucking yeah, of course it's equal. Everybody's equal.
You know. Where my free the nipple women people?
Where the
out trying to get-
progressives at?
Where are the progressives at defending Jeanette?
Yeah,
McCready?
where are all the naked women running through Times Square in the middle of fucking January in a time like this?
They need you. They need Jeanette. Maybe
Right.
she didn't want to do it.
Well, I'm sure she didn't want her tits to be all
No, I
over
was
the
saying
internet.
maybe she didn't want to go back on iCarly.
I would disagree. She's probably not working.
Do
too
we
much.
think everything is just going to get rebooted?
I hope our shit
Everything
does get
gotta
rebooted.
rebooted.
Fuck it. I'll take that. I hope it does get rebooted.
Sweet Life
Ours.
of Zach and Cody?
It's the first thing I thought of. We
I would-
ended with Sweet Life on Deck, which was good, but it kind of killed my
it was-
boner.
Yeah,
It killed my boner.
it wasn't great.
Wait. Speaking of boner kills, should we move on to what I'm thinking of? I feel like we've been talking about nudes for a minute.
Sure.
But because I just, a boner kill immediately came to my brain.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, as we told you, we were on mushrooms on Saturday on
Yeah.
the beach. And so we're hanging out. This might have been right around UFO time.
No, this was before.
This is before UFO time. This is right when we got out of the water.
Yeah.
So we get out of the water and we're drying off and we see the lifeguards. We were right next to the lifeguard stand because we had to be safe. Had to be.
Yeah.
And we're right next to the lifeguard stand. They start blowing the whistle. We're like, what's going on? What's going on? We look and there's a guy all the way on the end of the jetty.
End of the jetty.
Like all the way at the end. And it's a big jetty. It's like probably 50
How did he get
yards.
there and they didn't realize? But
I think he swam out there.
Oh, and popped up.
I think he popped up.
Ah.
He might not have,
maybe.
but that's what it seemed like to me. Because he was all the way at the end.
He
It
was at the very tip of the jetty.
and it was so slippery. I was like, I don't know how he could have gotten there.
One lifeguard blows the whistle.
Also, it's a $500 fine just to be on the jetty. Like you're not allowed.
Oh, I didn't
There's
know that.
signs all over the beach.
Right.
Yeah. So one
One
lifeguard.
lifeguard blows a whistle.
Right.
The next lifeguard blows the whistle. Then one girl with a Baywatch float starts running over there.
It was kinda
Then
cool.
someone else runs over. Then another person runs over there. Then the guy starts gesturing like he's not getting off the jetty.
Right. It looks like he's screaming.
He looks
We
like he
can't
was
hear him.
screaming. He wasn't flipping up anyone off, but he was talking with his hands like he was screaming and he didn't want to get off the jetty.
Right.
So then they're all talking to him. He's not getting off the jetty. Then two quads roll up.
Tear up.
Two quads roll up.
Yeah.
Then everyone on the beach starts perking up a little bit. Everyone starts perking up a little bit.
We're already perked.
Then fucking 9 cops showed up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Cops.
Like a pickup truck full of cops showed up.
Literally.
And they're all waiting there. And eventually the guy starts coming back. They're the guy's yelling at him back there. I don't know if they seemed super chill about it.
The cops were not even, they were just talking to him. And he
Yeah.
was screaming.
Yeah.
So they're walking, he walks back to his area, puts his shirt on, and is just, sits down in the sand and is just sitting down screaming at these cops.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, we gotta go see this closer.
We gotta go check it
We
out.
gotta go check it out. So we walk over there. On our walk over there, we're getting a little closer. We see what's going on. It's just to give you a description, it's an Indian man.
Yep.
Long hair.
Kind of seemed hammered.
He seemed lit, and he was very angry.
Yeah.
And we walk over because there's this group of people filming it. And we're like, they know what's going on.
He was circled by cops. There was cops
Yeah.
circled around him, but everyone seemed pretty chill.
They were more than 6 feet away. They were far away from. There was
Yeah.
no confrontation at all. They were just like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
One of those. And we go, Dylan goes up to the.
There's a bunch of people filming what's going on. There's
Right.
4 people standing right there filming what's going on.
Can I say what you said?
Sure.
So Dylan goes, so calmly, and mind you, we're on mushrooms. We're not in the right frame of mind to deal with confrontation.
Right.
And Dylan just goes, you guys see me you know what's going on. What's the scoop? And this girl just looks at Dylan and just goes, we're just here to make sure he's okay.
We're just
And-
making sure he's safe.
He's safe. And then goes back to filming, and we were just like,
All right, I'll go.
boner kill.
I'll go fuck myself. Jesus Christ.
Dylan fell off to the right.
It was
towards the
as if
water.
she stabbed me, dude. I was like, I don't know if I've ever been left hanging so hard. I was like, tough fucking crowd, lady.
Oh, yeah.
We're sitting 20 feet from you, and we're just wondering what's going on.
Right.
And
when you're on mushrooms, you feel people always say you feel one with the earth, that whole thing. You
I did
do
not feel
a-
one with that bitch.
No, you feel a sense of community, we're all together type of a thing. And me and Dylan were together the whole day feeling that.
That's what I said it as if she was my fellow brother and sister.
Your comrade,
Yeah.
if you will. And the second that happened, that all just shattered it just fell apart. It was just
Yeah.
and it was
I
so
just slowly turned my body away, and I think I just whispered. Joe's like, "Well, that didn't go well."
right. So we're walking. By the way, this is our this week on Earth. So forgot to announce that shit. But we're walking back, and we're just joking about how horrible that went. And this group of girls asked, they were like, "Oh, you guys seem like you just found out what's going on. Like, what happened?" And we were like, "Well, we don't fucking know.
We got yelled at for asking.
Yeah, we have no idea."
It was just such a weird move by that chick. Like, is she was giving me a lot of social justice warrior energy.
Yeah.
A lot of social justice warrior energy.
Yeah.
And she probably saw my cis white ass, straight ass walking up and just being like, "Oh, hey, what's this asshole doing?" First of all, bitch, he was being a fucking asshole.
He was being an asshole.
Doesn't matter his skin tone. This guy was out on the jetty acting like a fucking dick.
Right.
Well,
Was
Cursing
there-
at cops.
According to her statistics, say that the cop is going to beat the shit out of him. So
Right.
they got to keep it.
Now, let me tell
recorded.
you. Right. Let me tell
The
you.
guy was
There's-
screaming, "Don't fuck me!
Yeah. So the guy was sitting on the beach and he was like,
Don't fuck me right now."
He didn't speak perfect English, but he was like, "I listen to you. You don't fuck me." And the cop was just like, "All right, yeah, I won't fuck you."
They were like laughing. They weren't, I don't even think I think they probably gave him a ticket or something.
I'm sure they did. He was drunk as shit. But there's so many, we know. There's so many scenarios where you'd be looking at like a police altercation and you're like, I should probably dock it. Like this might go south.
Yeah.
That could. It
was
wasn't
not
even
that at all.
It didn't even smell of that. There was none of that.
There was none of that.
There was no. It was just this
They
guy.
were
being an
They were
asshole.
trigger happy on their social justice warrior energy.
Right.
I was just at the beach trying to figure out what the scoop was.
Right.
And I got fucking yelled at like I was a third grade boy and she was my teacher.
Right.
I was getting my nose in too much business.
It was like you were asking for a hall pass, but it wasn't
Yeah.
time for the hall pass. Bitch,
Yeah.
sit down. Do your crayons. Bitch.
shit.
It was fucking weird, man. It was just it was like, not the energy. It's the beach. I didn't think people like those social justice warrior types
Go to the beach.
go to the beach. Could you picture one like sunbathing, like having a good time ever? Ever?
Well, they weren't having a good time. They were the first. I mean, there was
They
a
were
bunch of
fully
groups on
clothed.
the beach, and they were the first to jump up and start filming.
Right.
So they probably weren't having a good time, and they were
Not-
like, "Oh my fucking god, we need to get this right now."
Not only were they the first to jump up and start filming, they were the only people who considered filming. Like
Yeah.
nobody, everybody else was just like, "This guy's a dick.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?"
Yeah.
They were like, fuck off.
That was the noise.
Suck a dick. Probably never have.
The
You
worst.
suck.
The worst.
Such a boner kill. I was so ready for a good answer.
Yeah.
I was so pumped. It's like, I wonder what's going on.
I thought it was just like, oh yeah, like he was just on the jetty and
Also-
he was saying all this crazy shit, and now they're probably gonna arrest him. Like, or it could have been something else, or it could have been he was not saying. I just wanted to know what was going on.
Right. And also in the back of my
You
head,
didn't have to make me feel like a fucking dickhead.
like it seemed like she intended to make you feel like a dickhead.
For sure.
And like in the back of my head as we were approaching, I'm thinking the answer we're going to get is like, this fucking guy is such an asshole. Like I thought they were going to be like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I thought they were filming because it was funny, not because they thought he was going to get like sodomized, you know?
I didn't really guess why they were filming. I just thought they had their phones out because they were like just had their phone out or something.
Right.
I don't even know.
I really thought they were filming because the guy was being that much of a dick that they were like, "Boy, world star."
Yeah,
Like, I
it could
thought
have
was a
been. It
world
could have
star
easily
moment.
been a world star moment.
Totally.
Little
Fuck it.
did I know.
Boner kill. dude.
Another
Immediate.
another this week on Earth, dude. So on Thursday, me and Emily went out to din, and I was like, we're going out to din. I'm like, I'm getting a steak. I'm like, Daddy wants a steak. I haven't had a steak in a while. I get a steak. The food takes a while to come out. Like we were sitting next to a guy. He sat down after us. His food came out first. There was a group behind us. Their food came out, and we're like, dude, we're getting fucking.
Where'd you
hungry.
go, by the
What's
way?
going on? I forget the name, but it was like right in my neighborhood. So my steak comes out, and it's covered in. It was like a steak covered in like mushrooms. So I'm like jacked up. I like grab my knife.
So
I cut
hungry
in.
right
I
now.
cut into the steak, dude, and I'm like, that cut like ground beef. So then I'm
it
like,
was a Salisbury steak, bro.
no, it was this. I think they fed me ground beef.
No, you ordered a Salisbury steak.
No, I said steak, dude. It was like
Salisbury
Wait,
steak.
is sirloin? Is sirloin a cut?
It's a cut.
I ordered a sirloin.
No, you ordered a chopped sirloin. Chopped sirloin, which is a Salisbury steak.
Granted, it was delicious.
Oh,
it was
so good.
fucking delicious.
But
I was complete. So I was okay. I was
Yeah,
wrong.
it's an
I was
elevated
completely
hamburger.
convinced. Yeah, that they were like. So I was like, they fucking
You
fucked
idiot.
my order up, dude. They fucked my order up.
What'd
They're
you go to
out
the
of
diner?
steak. No, we were at a nice restaurant. So I was literally sitting there. Me and Emily were cracking up because we were like, the food took so long. So I was like, they must have ran out of steak, and it was like they just put ground beef in. It was in the shape of a steak. So I was like, and then it was covered in mushrooms and like the sauce. So I was convinced that they just like tried to fucking sneak one past me.
Oh my God.
And I was
dude.
cutting it with the fork, and I was literally saying, I was like, Emily, you ever see a steak that can be cut with a fork? They're feeding me ground beef right now.
Dude.
I
You're
guess
an
it was
idiot,
a ground
but it was
thing.
definitely a chopped sirloin. Because I got that once. I knew what it was already, but I got that when I was
No
doing
clue.
keto. That was one of the things I would get from the diner because it was like keto. And yeah, they smother it in onions and mushrooms and like this little light brown
It
gravy.
was fucking delicious.
Oh, it's great, but it's not a
It's not a steak.
It's not a porterhouse.
I was going out to dinner with my honey, and I was going to get a steak, and I was eating a burger on a plate.
you got like the most white trash steak of all time. You got a trailer park steak. You got trailer steak.
It was literally a burger without a bun.
Dude, that is hilarious.
You know, that sounds like something exactly I would do. Tries to go to a nice restaurant.
It's
gives
like,
himself
wow,
ground beef.
wow, the sirloin's only $11.99. What a deal.
I guess it was only like $25.
$25 is like a steak, though. I feel like you
Yeah.
can get a steak for $25. No,
I fucked it up.
Depends where you're at, I guess.
The more
But
you
that's
know now.
hilarious.
I have another this week on Earth real quick. So my super Danny, he came over this week, and my super Danny, we have a very odd relationship with now because we lived there for 2 years. It started off rough because he complimented Emily that he liked the way she stretched in yoga pants.
Not hot, not great.
Not hot, not great. It got worse during quarantine when I saw him at the supermarket, like peak quarantine, like he was fucking blacked out in the supermarket, stumbling around without a mask on, came like 2 feet, like came up right next to me while I was paying for stuff. He's like, and I had a mask on. He's like, come on, man, you don't think this shit is real. This is some pussy shit. So that was strike 2.
In the Upper East Side.
But like somehow over time, he's like really won me over through those, and Emily too. Like he's just kind of like a dirty old man. You know
and
what
he
I mean?
fixes your shit.
Like he's not gonna change. He's from like he's old and he's just
He's from the I like the
he's
way
a
you
soup-
stretch era.
Yeah, you
That's
know
where he's from.
Yeah, he's from there. He ain't gonna change. He's living in. He's a super in a walk up.
Him changing went out when his teeth fell out. Like,
Exactly.
There's no way he's
exactly.
changing.
So he came over the other day to fix our toilet, which was not flushing appropriately. Comes over, fixes the toilet quick, and then as he's leaving, Emily's like, "Wait, Danny, check the fridge," because like the fridge is like not being cold. So I was like, Danny, like he's walking down the long hallway. And he's like, "Can you come check out the fridge real quick?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." So he goes in and just like opens the fridge, and he's just looking at it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's definitely not that cold." And he's like, "You know, man, these boxes are shit. They used to get us great boxes." He's talking about the fridge. It's a box, I guess.
I'm nervous.
He's like, they used to get us great boxes. You know, they would last us like 20, 25 years. This piece of shit, it's from China. This country's going to shit. And then he just walked out. I was like, dude, you didn't fix anything. I was like, Danny. And he's just like, he's deaf. And then I was just like, I don't want to say anything again. Like, he seemed like he definitely was not going to fix it, or like, and our fridge is still not working.
So you got a Chinese ass fridge that don't do shit for
I
you.
guess so, dude.
Damn, man. I thought Chinese fridge. I feel like they would figure out fridges. China, very food oriented culture.
Sure.
Figured they'd get the fridges.
Yeah. I mean, I was just looking to get it fixed, you know?
Yeah, you weren't trying to hear
Also,
a lecture.
another thing about Danny that,
Jesus.
one more thing, he goes, one time I'm walking out and he just goes, "Hey man, are you a comedian?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, I was talking to Emily. I guessed that about you." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "I got a friend. Her name is Gina Savage. She's a comedian in New York. I told her about you and she's ready for you to reach out to her." And I was like, "Huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, my friend Gina Savage, comedian in New York City."
Googling Jesus.
So we gotta connect. And he asked me, he's like, when he was fixing my fridge, when he was fixing my toilet and not fixing my fridge, insulting my fridge, he was like, "Did you reach out to Gina Savage?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh man, what are you waiting for? I'm
She
trying to
low-key hot.
I'm trying to see you on TV, and then I could be like, oh, I fixed that guy's fridge once." Gina Savage, you got her?
This can't be her. Oh, I thought it's... Dude, I'm reading. This is not her. I'm reading Gina Savage, like her Instagram, and it says Gina Savage sex Snapchat, and I'm like, that just can't be it. It's not it.
No.
It's different Gina Savage.
Gina Savage, New York City comedy would
Nice.
probably pop up.
We should have her on the show.
We should.
We should pick her brain about Danny in China. What do she thinks about John Cena's whole China thing?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's just talk about that. Let's talk about China. Did you see John Cena apologize to China, Frankie?
When it was news 4 weeks ago.
Right. Yeah, it is old news.
It's old. Let's just
right. I honestly want to skip it too.
What?
I know.
How did
It
that
is
get
old.
The
on
only
the
reason it
roster?
pops back
It got
up
on the-
because
right.
Rogan did something 3 days ago where I don't even know who he was meeting with, but I think it was like his spirit guide.
No, it was a comedian. They were joking. It was like the 1066th episode.
Who was the guy?
I forget his name.
I have no
He's
clue.
on all
And the
the
Trussell?
lights were off.
Trussell?
maybe. Let's see.
Russell.
Duncan Trussell.
Duncan Trussell.
Could have been. I have no clue. And they were talking about it.
I think
and
it might
was
have been.
posted 3 days ago. So I was like, oh, is this still a thing? But I don't think it is.
Oh, yep. Wait. Yes, it was Duncan Trussell. I'm pretty certain. That
yeah,
looks
well,
like it
what
was
did
him.
make
Yeah, that
rounds
was him.
this week, though, that's a little bit more relevant, was
Yeah,
the
let's
lady
get
with
there.
the magnet.
Yeah.
The lady who rolled into...
So there's a thing going around that people are saying. Like, that's not
Oh, that's
like
a
the
thing?
only lady who's ever done it. Yeah, there's this thing going around where the vaccine gives you magnetism. It gives you
got
magnetic
any,
properties.
It's in my blood.
I got one for you, baby.
Are you serious?
Where did you get vaccinated? So,
Left arm.
left arm, let's fucking go. If this sticks to you, I'm leaving and we're never speaking again. I have to go do some stuff. Build a
right.
bunker.
Stuck it on me, baby.
I'm nervous.
Where you at? Exactly where'd you get
It was right here. No, it was right there.
I'm going to say magnets aren't good for the mic, so just keep it away from the mic.
You fucking idiot.
Oh, dude, it's on. It's staying.
Yo, it stayed.
Oh, shit.
Check it out.
I'm kidding. Sabrina goes, what?
Check it out.
Don't fuck with me.
Can you see
Leave
Can
it,
you
dude.
see
It's stuck.
Wait, put
All
your
right,
arm
so
down,
it's
put
real.
your arm
No, it's
down.
real.
No, put your arm down. though. I
No,
wanna
it's
see-
real.
Oh, you're right. Put your arm down. I want to see if it stays. No, oh, shit. That'd be sick. So, wait. So, this fucking, honestly, yeah, she's an idiot. But this poor woman, though, did that in a courtroom. She, like, put a key on her tits and it, like, stuck to her sweaty tits. And, like, it.
Is
Are
that
you trying? Oh, shit. I mean, we gotta just be sure, you know? Put it on his ass.
that was the spot?
So this woman goes up in front of like the whole courtroom. She's like, "Explain
She
why
was
this key
pissed.
sticks
She
to
was
my body."
pissed.
And she puts it on a rack, and it kind of doesn't really stay, but it
It kind
does
of stuck
little.
for a second. I was
Stuck
like,
for a
oh.
second, but she was like leaning, and then she goes, "Look, it even sticks to my neck," and then just puts it. It just falls right off, and she's like,
She's like,
and then
look,
she's like
it
turning.
sticks. It sticks to my boobs, and she does one of these things.
Right. So she looked very dumb.
She looks very dumb. There's a black guy like right behind her to the right, and he had the fucking most hilarious facial expression. He was kind of like not paying attention, and then like heard it and like picked her head up, and then saw what she was saying, and then saw it fall off her and started like fucking cracking up.
Fuck, dude. I wish I saw that. I didn't see that.
I
Frankie-
didn't even know that was a thing going around. So people are saying that the vaccine makes you magnetic.
Didn't work on me. Yes, that's what they're saying. So
How is you have to imagine that she, before you go do your big show, you go try it out a couple times. You gotta.
right.
What the fuck?
Right. So, did you see though two things, Frankie? One, see if you could pull up the TikTok that you showed me.
I can't.
You can't because we're gonna get deplatformed, or you can't because you can't.
Yeah.
Well, we
Not you. I don't want to get the other person in trouble.
okay. Well, there's a TikTok I can show you. I can show you,
Okay.
and we could talk about it. And then Frankie, okay, pull up the link, the other link. I have a link there for the Magnetic Man. Pull that up. So there's another guy in like India that said once he got the vaccine, his whole body started developing magnetic properties. And there's a video of him and his like either his son or like a doctor is just sticking like spoons all over his body. It's like hilarious. But like to me, like you can't see his legs, and I feel like he's just standing on like a magnet.
Oh, okay.
You know, and it's like going through his body. But you gotta see it. It's hilarious. But wait, check this shit out, dude.
I mean,
Watch this.
the fact that this lady was a nurse too.
I know.
What the?
And you're a nurse, man.
You're a nurse.
You're a nurse.
You're a
man.
nurse. What's good? You're a
And,
nurse.
dude.
Playing it. Okay.
You're a
Oh,
nurse.
Magnetic Man. Yeah, let's see Magnetic Man.
No, I'm playing the one that you're about to show Dylan.
Oh, you're playing it? Well, you're gonna get somebody in trouble. You said.
I think we'll be okay.
Okay. Yeah. Not enough people watch this show for us to get people in trouble. I feel like.
Yeah.
Though one of our YouTube videos got It actually didn't
The
get removed.
vaccine, you could put a mag.
It didn't get removed, our YouTube video. The thumbnail got removed because it low-key had a nude on it.
Also, can you tell the people what you made? So Joe texted me, was like, dude, our fucking video got taken down because it was like too explicit or something. And I was like, damn, that sucks. And then he was like, it may have been because the
I'll tell you the title
was,
right now.
You know what it was?
Yeah. The title was Very Horny Teacher Assaults Assistant. Sexually assaults assistant. A very horny teacher. But no, it was just, I put her nude as the thumbnail, but I blocked out her butt. I thought it would be okay. Guess not. Okay, wait. Play this magnetic chick, Frankie. And then we'll get Magnetic Man, because I need to see Dylan watch the Magnetic Man. It's hilarious. First of all, sup. Nice.
The vaccine, you could put a magnet where you got the shot and it'll stay. Straight up, that's crazy. So look, so she didn't get the vaccine and she's trying to put the magnet on. It won't stick. Now Lil, you do it.
Was this the original one?
Yeah.
Now watch
I don't know
Lil.
exactly where it's
Right,
at.
right around there. And look.
You guys, this is
In her face, though, I was like, she's
so two
thinking
things.
that's happening.
So two things. So Sabrina follows her and her trainer, so she saw this, and she saw when she got vaccinated, which was like a couple months before this. But that was like a real video they posted, and then it's gone now because I don't know, they probably removed it. But that's a real, like, Sabrina follows.
So
this
when's that? That's from a
girl.
while ago?
No, she posted this like a couple weeks ago. But
as soon as like all this stuff like came out,
a little like a day or two before that crazy girl had this, like, did the key thing at the court. Like, it was just a couple days before that.
They should have showed that video in the court instead of this dumbass lady with her sweaty tits and the key.
Someone had to prove it.
Right.
I am a nurse. Watch this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
so
it.
now get Magnetic Man, though. Because now Magnetic Man is this times like 97. I'm telling you, there's like 11
Do we feel
pounds
like this
of metal.
could potentially be just like a Gorilla Glue my hair situation for publicity?
I mean, why not?
She was like,
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't mean to Gorilla Glue my hair. And it's like, all right, I feel like it's not the most sleight of hand to get one person to get the stick and the other person not to get the stick and then get the stick again and then get a fucking bunch of views.
Right, and I feel like the guy wasn't like ecstatic
He
enough.
sounded like a porn director, which are
did,
not
yeah.
great at producing.
Sounded like he was tugging with his left hand.
Oh, it worked. Good stuff, ladies.
Wow, the vaccine is my penis. Look at that. Yeah, one of those. Wait, did you get it, Frankie? Are we having issues? By the way, Dill, when are we going to get gimmicky and get famous on TikTok because of some dumb shit like that? What do you want to do?
I'm looking for it in the.
I'm looking forward to
Free the taint? On TikTok?
Taint Boys. That ain't
Speaking,
it.
while we're waiting for this, just real quick about TikTok, did you see Bryce Hall get his ass beat?
Yeah.
I hate getting happy when people get beat up, but like that kid needed to get knocked the fuck out.
You
I actually love
hating
it.
that
I
guy.
do. I love hating a lot of people. I lie about not hating people.
This is it, right?
Yeah. Scroll down. You'll see the vid. It's very obvious when the video starts. There he is. Get full screen that ass. You're gonna shit.
I'm already like, what the hell is this? All right. What?
He's so bummed.
Because
Is
he's
that
a
real?
science experiment now. He's
So-
a fucking circus freak.
So this is real?
Yeah, it's really happening, but he could be standing on like an electron thing that like makes you magnetic. Like that is a thing that exists. You can't see his feet. If you could see his feet, I'd be like, holy fuck. But you can't see his feet, so I don't have any like, I'm not freaking out. But look at that. They are just sticking to his body. And it's not like stick
His
him.
face, dude.
He's just like, yes.
He's like, this is me now.
He's like, there is one in my ass. Shit.
Oh, he's walking.
Yeah, dude. And they take some off and like move them around and shit. Look, dude. That's the most magnetic man I've ever seen. But he also does have the face of somebody who's being forced to do this with like a gun to their head. Like,
right.
So
Look, the guy moves the plate.
so this has to do with the vaccine.
That's what this guy said. He said once he got vaccinated, no habla. But once he got vaccinated, he said this started happening. He was like magnetic.
What?
That's what he said. If you read the article's right there. If you look at it, it's like the first thing they say.
Fucked up joke.
Is it sayable? The joke? Is your joke sayable, bro? Was that one that fell out of
See, I
his
told
butt?
you
That
it
was one that
wasn't
fell
working.
out of his ass.
There you go. Yeah, I can't believe that. I just can't believe. Yeah, you're a nurse. You go to work. You're a nurse. You're seemingly your whole career.
Right.
Maybe in Ohio it didn't. Maybe
She wasn't a young nurse.
She wasn't a young nurse. She was a veteran nurse.
Yep.
So she has a license. Maybe Ohio didn't get hit that bad. I was talking to someone this weekend and that said that
Oh, yeah.
they were hanging out with like their uncle from like Vermont, and he was just like,
No,
yeah, this
New
whole
Hampshire.
New Hampshire. He's like, oh, this COVID thing, it's a hoax. And the person's that I was with's fiance was like an emergency room trauma nurse who saw like fucking so much terrible shit. And she was like hanging out with them, and they were like, we gotta go if this is the fucking guy we're hanging out with.
Yeah.
So maybe her hospital didn't get fucked up that bad, or maybe she like hasn't worked in a little bit and used to be a nurse. And
But Ohio is a city. Like, I mean, maybe she wasn't in
Ohio is a-
Cleveland, but like,
yeah,
it's well, you know what I mean. I'm thinking of Cleveland, but like, I mean,
I didn't realize this made like full rounds. Was this like a real thing?
what was a real thing?
This Magnet
This
Man
theory? No, the Magnet Man I found when I was looking
for the lady.
that.
to
Yeah,
make
I was
fun of.
looking. No, I was looking. I found the lady. I was looking for others to see if there was more stuff, and it was like Magnetic Man. And I was like, gotta click it, of course. And it was his face like right there. I was like, definitely gotta click it.
Yeah,
And it was the Magnetic Man.
that's awesome.
And yeah, so
I can confirm that I felt no magnetic powers.
right.
If anything,
If that stuck to your tit, that was my last Hail Mary. If that just stayed on your tit,
I could promise that if it touches a microphone, that microphone will no longer work.
really?
Just keep it away.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yes, and keep away from the screens.
As you stick it to the fucking whatever that is.
what does that mean?
I don't know. It
says made in China.
It's gonna go on fire.
What does that mean? What does it mean?
It means it's a steel box.
Oh, okay.
Oh
fuck.
shit.
All right, I'm gonna go back to work now. Sorry. Thank you for your time, Judge.
I wonder what she did after that. How do you go back to work as a nurse?
You
You
don't.
gotta be de-licensed.
You can't properly be.
Your
Dude,
whole
nurses,
hospital-
all they do is like administer. They're the ones
Medication.
administering the damn vaccine.
Exactly. She's gonna be like, "Oh, I did it. Get out of here before you get magnetic. Get out. Don't. No. Get." She won't. She just squirts it on the floor. Go. I'll
can't.
fill out your card.
I can't, bro. What an idiot. you
What
wrote.
yeah, I did. I said, what an. I had the Will Ferrell voice in my mind. What an idiot. What an fucking idiot. You got to double back. You got to double test the fucking magneticness before you,
You
just go
got
in front
it,
of
yeah.
a jury.
You don't.
You nuts.
You don't not fact check that.
If you're going to claim your body is magnetic, you don't leave margin for error.
In front of a court
Right.
and a camera.
Right. It's like when you go. What if it
think-
was one of those things like, you know, when you're sick and you go to the doctor and like right when you walk in, you feel better. You're like, I swear my throat hurt, but I feel fine. I had a cough, but it's gone. What if that happened? What if the vaccine is so
So
smart
you're saying that she had a panic attack?
and her heart beating so fast, maybe stop the magnetic field? I'm thinking maybe.
Maybe she
Maybe
did some
the-
shroomies, thought that her shit was magnetic.
No, shrooms make you smart. We just went over this.
Not
I'm
everyone.
thinking, vaccine. It's nanotechnology. What if the nanotechnology is so intelligent?
Okay.
It
Oh, it
knew
could
it
turn
was
it
on
off?
display, and it was just like, "LOL, bitch." And then when she got back to her house, she like walks through the threshold, and like
Her
everything
whole kitchen just sticks to her chest.
She like gets sucked into the fridge. She's like, "Ah, fuck! I wish I
We
could."
told you that you were not allowed to speak of this. You would never leave. You will be covered in steel till you die a slow
No,
death.
dude, she looks at all the magnets on her fridge. Spell "get out of here." Kill yourself. Clinton's coming.
7 minutes.
Oh fuck. Oh, that's rich.
That is rich.
And we're here.
Oh, Lord.
All right, pretty much the last thing I want to talk about. If anybody follows Tim Dillon, you're very aware of this. Frankie, you're obviously aware of this. So Christopher Sine, the reporter who originally broke the story about Bill Clinton meeting with the Attorney General during the whole Hillary Clinton investigation, he met with her on the tarmac. That guy who broke that story was found dead of suicide, and the hats are back on. Let's fucking go.
Frankie, is your hat on?
Frankie never took his
the
hat
Clinton
off.
body count is no hat. It's
Yeah.
very real.
Yeah, the Clinton body count seems like the least
Conspiracy.
So
conspiratorial conspiracy.
I have the Tim Dillon tweets, but I also have a couple questions.
Go for it. I have questions. I have plenty.
So I was
I also don't know what I'm talking about.
scrolling on Twitter, and I see this. I saw that the guy that broke that story committed suicide. I didn't even know what the story was.
Did you read the story since?
My
Have you
mom
read the
just
story?
texted me. She's out. I knew I was gonna put. I was like, Ma, you should bow out for this one.
I can't wait to tell Eva about all this shit. Eva, did you hear my compliment?
She did.
All right,
she
cool.
said.
What'd
She said, "Thanks for the compliment, but I'm not happy about the mushrooms."
I didn't do it, Eva. It wasn't me. It was his idea. Your son's a bad egg.
It was my idea, Mom. Deal with it, okay? I'm a fucking grown ass man. Oh
man.
So yeah, Tim. I was like, whoa, Tim Dillon coming in hot.
Yeah.
I was like very taken aback by how like not even remotely leaving room for any suicide with it. Like he was just
Right.
like, this is not suicide, this was murder, and I was
Right.
just like, damn, I can't believe I'm reading this.
I'm excited to hear like Rogan and them talk about it too, because Rogan has a similar stance to Tim Dillon on like the Clinton stuff. He's like, this is weird. He's one of those guys too. So I'm very curious to hear people
this
this
feels
week
so
talk about it.
conspiratorial though. Does Rogan get that conspiratorial?
He can, but not usually. No.
Tim Dillon has to like bring
This
it
isn't
out of
that.
him.
What he says is not. He doesn't say that much crazy shit, Tim Dillon.
He basically is.
Yeah, it's not that crazy. It's not like he's making up crazy like stories. He's just saying this is what it is, like all the other shit.
Just for people who aren't on the the Clinton crime family kill count, it's wild, crazy shit.
No, it's wild, crazy shit, but it's not like Tim Dillon in these tweets is saying anything that's like new in that realm. It's not like he's bringing more craziness to it. It's
But I
just
guess
like,
it was the first. It was just like the story happened. I was like, oh, that's a story. And then boom, this came right after. I was like, whoa, it's crazy to read live.
Right, okay.
Like it's like this is an example. I used to not pay attention to this stuff. Now I've heard about it. Now I'm seeing it in real life for the first time, and people are jumping on it immediately with the hot take that it was not suicide. And I was like, yikes.
right. I hear what you're saying. Now read the fucking tweets.
He said, "America's back!" exclamation point.
Yeah,
Christopher
it is.
Sine dead at 45. Cops investigate apparent suicide of TV anchor who wrote Bill Clinton expose. He wrote America's back. I was like, that's a hot start.
That's such
and then
a
he
Tim
said,
Dillon star.
I'm sorry, it's just funny to see how the amount of people who died who worked with the Clintons or the Bushes in some capacity. Lots of suicides and accidents. It's almost like people with absolute power will do anything. Clintons have been down and dirty since Mena, Arkansas. They learned from the Bushes. Both embraced CIA, narco trafficking, human trafficking, the murder of witnesses and journalists. And yet we'll look back in 20 years and go, they weren't that bad. And then he said, okay, the guy just doesn't kill himself, LOL. Like, were there any history of depression, suicidal thoughts, change of medication? Is there one spread of evidence to support this dude was suicidal?
Yeah. So
Just
you go. No, you go first.
did you? I was just asking if you guys saw like his last interview, like on Fox, when he was like,
I read about it.
That's
By the way, that
pretty
thing you
much,
sent me, I can't
That Tim
open,
Dillon thing
Frankie.
is pretty much all I know about it, I would
"It
say.
won't let you open that."
It said, I'll tell you what it said right now. It said,
Fuck you, Joe.
About to get
some-
now it opened. Now
About
it
to get
opened.
some magnets
It's the
on your
Clintons.
ass.
It's the Clinton.
It wouldn't open the first time. Then it X'd out Safari and it opened.
Clintons.
That's weird.
It's just more people doing magnet experiments at vaccine sites.
These
I
people
haven't
are-
read it. I haven't watched it. So I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know. It's
We'll
just-
watch it. We'll watch it in a sec. But I want to talk about this first. So wait, tell Dylan about the Fox interview.
It was just it was like a 30-second thing, and he's just like, yeah, in like the past couple months, like me and my family have gotten so many death threats. He's like, we had to move back to like I think it was Nashville or something,
This was right after
Alabama.
the story broke?
Alabama. Yeah, yeah, it was a few months
like
after, and he was like
2016.
working on the.
No, I think it was 2018.
it was
a
after
couple years later.
he was pushing his book because he made a book like the meeting on the tarmac. or
Yeah, that was in
something.
2018. That was a couple years later.
But he was saying how his family, they have to have code words with the kids and this and that, and that his NFL like buddies, because he did
He
something
played
with
college
the NFL.
basketball.
right? Or
Baseball,
NBA.
football. Sorry.
They were protecting him in some capacity, like they were helping
an
him get
offensive
security,
lineman.
like with security and stuff. And that was the last thing. But he, talking about how you had to move because you're getting death threats doesn't usually lead to suicide. It's
Right.
usually like, is it the suicide if he was running from people?
Right. If people were out to,
Oh,
if he
also
thought
they
he was
were-
going to get
people were
whacked.
hacking his credit cards and shit like that.
So the only thing I could think of that would point to suicide would be CTE. It's the only thing I think, if he had no history
Oh, he
of
was a
depression,
football player?
He played college football, so it's not like he was an O lineman, So like, I don't feel like that's really where you get the most concussions as an O lineman.
Well, you do, just for the record, you do smash heads every play.
That's true. That's true.
You literally every single
That's true.
play
You're
just go,
smashing heads.
"Gadoosh,
Yeah, you are
gadoosh."
gadooshing. You are gadooshing
Every
a lot.
play.
But that's the only thing I think that so far, because the thing that was the weirdest was he was at work the night before or that night, like super late, and they were cutting shit for like the next day's show. And the woman who was working with him was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I saw that she was like,
She was like
it was
distraught.
so normal. It was a very
Right.
normal night.
So it seems like you go home that night and there's a man in a black coat that's just like, "Put this around your neck, bro. Make it easy for us."
Why would they do it so many years later, though? Was my one question.
That is a good question.
Like, why wouldn't it?
Way to take the fun out of the whole thing. now we gotta answer questions.
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That's
Do you have an answer for that question?
I have no idea. I have no idea, but like maybe he was still looking around. Maybe he was still curious and was trying to expand on the story.
Well, he was supposedly a very, like he was very much a guy who was trying to bring shit like that to the table all the time. Like from what I read about his colleagues, what they said about him, they were like, yeah, he was very much that kind of a guy. Like he was like always bringing
Always
something.
going 100.
Yeah, he was always like going balls to the wall. Like what a journalist. Like he was a true, real journalist. Those don't exist anymore.
It's because they all are killed or paid off.
Right. Well, did you end up pulling up the Clinton body count?
Oh, you want the tree?
I mean, I want the tree. Because Tim Dillon's whole thing is like, it's crazy. The number of people who have committed suicide that were worked with the Clintons or the Bushes is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, can you name, I mean, of course we can't, but just for argument's sake, could you name anybody in the world, any single person in the world, who has worked with that many people who've killed themselves ever? Like double-digit people committing suicide that have worked with you directly under you? Or like in some, like, how could that that's ridiculous. Do you know anybody who's killed himself?
Yeah.
That wasn't the question I should have asked. Same.
Yeah.
That's not a question you're supposed
Right.
to answer. But you know what I mean.
Listen,
How
you're,
many?
you're trying to be a journalist. You got to swing.
I'm
you
not
swung,
trying. I am not trying to
You
be a
shot your
journalist.
shot. You missed.
I fucking
I don't think that was your first lead. Yeah.
missed that shit. What's the tree?
It's so big. Hold on.
That's what she said. Just saying. We read this. Didn't we read this once on the show when we were getting mad conspiratorial? I think when Epstein, the documentary came out.
That's when I was first exposed to it all.
Yeah. Your mom was pissed.
So how long? She didn't listen to the podcast then. How long? I have some more questions.
Yeah,
How
ask
long?
away. I don't
How
have any
long has
answers.
the Clinton kill tree been like
Well,
a conversation in the Cormio household?
Oh, I don't think long.
Oh, okay.
It's like
it's
this
a newer
year.
thing.
Yeah, we haven't. I don't think so, unless Frankie. I have never been a part of those conversations until like the Epstein shit. When we were talking about it, that was the first I was exposed to it.
Right.
And then I went weirdly down a hole, like a very deep hole. Still crawling out. No, we're out. But the hole is there.
Speaking of crawling back in, apparently
Into what?
Boris Johnson's about to announce another 4-week lockdown in London.
I heard.
In England.
I heard they're having spikes.
Could you fucking imagine if we had to lock down again?
No.
I
we
think
probably
we have it.
will.
Really?
I have this weird fear that like fall's gonna come around and like, well, no, we're all getting vaccinated.
Not
But I
all
do
of us.
have this weird feeling that we will.
Magnet boys.
Magnet Boys for life. I do have this weird feeling though that we're gonna have a lockdown just because it feels so good to be true right now. But I don't want to be negative. But I mean, a study came out recently, though, that said even if you're not getting vaccinated, like if you've just had the virus, the vaccine does nothing additional. Like if you've had the virus before, apparently you get the antibodies, has the exact same effect as the vaccine as far as your susceptibility to getting like dangerously ill. So like if that is true, then maybe we won't have a lockdown. Maybe this thing is running its course. But it does beg the question, why is London so fucked, though?
I think what I read on Twitter was that I don't think Boris Johnson like locked down the country to India, and mad people were coming from India.
Well, India
was like fucked up, and that's how it like spread again.
Well, India.
But I don't know if that's true or not.
No, that could be totally true because India and the UK have a very strong tie. Like a lot of UK food is
All right.
Indian, and
I
there's
got
a
a
lot
question.
of British
Mother
Indian families.
did not leave. Mother chirped in.
What's up, Mother?
She said, Trump was in charge of 3 branches of government, the Justice Department, etc. He hates the Clintons. Why didn't he prosecute them all for these murders?
Because he would have been killed. Dumb question. Next.
He would be killed?
They've assassinated presidents before. Why couldn't they assassinate Trump? He was the most hated president in the history of the world.
Come on.
That's the far-fetched part of this whole thing, that they would kill Trump? Are you
saw
fucking
that.
crazy?
He's going to keep arguing.
Come on, my ass. Suck my ass, still.
You saw
Why
that.
wouldn't he get prosecuted?
You saw that Clinton was too scared to talk about fucking aliens because he was going to get assassinated.
Yeah.
Who was?
Clinton.
Oh, he didn't watch the unacknowledged yet. You got to watch the unacknowledged.
What does that have to do with?
Goes into the government shit with the aliens. And they said that Clinton had the chance to tell everybody about it, but he didn't do it because he would have got assassinated. They said he was going to end up like JFK and Marilyn Monroe. Apparently she knew some stuff.
Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Marilyn
was,
Monroe know all the secrets?
Probably she was banging
There's,
JFK and his brother.
There's actually in the Freedom of Information Act a document came out that was a CIA phone tap. That was a real CIA signed off on a phone tap between Marilyn Monroe and a reporter. And she's talking to and they basically transcribed the phone conversation. You can find this all like on FBI.com. And there's
go on FBI.com.
It's wild, the shit that's on there. You wouldn't believe it.
.gov. But
Of course.
Nice.
but
I know it's not org, it's a non-profit.
Right.
yeah, and they're basically talking. This is 2 days before she OD'd, right? But
So they
the
say.
conversation was 2 days before she OD'd, but she was basically talking to a reporter about how she's going to do a tell-all about the Kennedy brothers because of the affair, whatever. And then there was like, in quotes, like, you know, secret space, like location, like aliens. Like she had notes about things to talk about. And like secret space stuff. And that was like in the documents that the CIA were tapping. So it's just interesting that they had a sign.
Mother has chirped
phone
in
tap.
again.
Mother,
I do believe the Marilyn Monroe thing.
let's go, Mom. What's up? Eva, I knew you were cool.
My mom's into conspiracy theories, but like it can only be like a non.
There's a ceiling.
It can't if it's
We
against.
hate the Bushes, though.
Yeah, we hate the Bushes too. Eves.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, but we
Wait.
can't. You can't talk about that.
Also,
one and
your
not-
mom just loves the Clintons because the presidency thrived. Like she can't get. You gotta. Hey, Eva, turn your
not
allegiances
the
off.
alien
The government
part,
doesn't
not
give a
the
fuck
alien.
about
She
you.
draws the line at aliens.
Well, she's wrong, so that's cool. But other than that, other than your mom being wrong about aliens, ready for the Clinton hit list thing? It's crazy.
Sure.
I just had it up. It's on
No,
the
no,
screen.
but I'm gonna read. I want to read something. Oh, you got it right there. 16 plane crashes of people who worked with the Clintons. 16 plane crashes. 20 suicides. 56 military and law enforcement. What does that mean? Oh, it's the people. Okay. So 56 military and law enforcement people were executed, they say. Died. 8 investigative journalists have died. 7 female interns of Bill Clinton have died. You salty, slutty, little fucking slimy, dick-swinging fuck. Oh, my God. I mean, he's slimy. He looks like a dick. His nose is gross. He's gross. 5 fundraisers, 13 lawyers, 23 witnesses, 5 medical personnel, and 11 political staff met their demise. That's crazy.
And that's not including this last one.
And that's not including this guy. Is Epstein in there? Because Epstein's fucking number 1, right?
Epstein might be. That was probably the last time it was updated.
2016.
It's
You dick slinging piece of shit.
might have been the funniest thing you ever said. The words just kept coming out of your mouth.
I honestly couldn't stop myself. I was trying to stop. I couldn't fucking
It was like
stop.
a Tourette's or
It
something.
was like, I was like, it was, the mushrooms came back. Could not stop. It wasn't me speaking. Oh,
I mean,
Well, you can
Listen.
definitely guarantee this
this
video
one's
isn't going to anyone because you
take
said
it down in 5 seconds. No, dude, if Tim Dillon could tweet what he tweeted, I feel like this YouTube video is going to do sick.
the
Until it
last
gets
one
taken
did
down and
great.
yeah. Just don't make the
The last one did do good. It did great until they took it down because the Clintons. What if we're on the next list?
If Tim Dillon's not on the list,
He's probably on some list.
yeah. Yeah, but it would be, yeah.
He better watch out what ass he's tapping because someone's going to be like,
Live free, die hard, bro. You know?
hard.
Die hard.
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 Brought it back. All right. Wrap that ass.
Wrap that ass up.
Guys, I had a
Been
blast
real.
this week. This was episode 127, I think.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's insane. Maybe more. It might have been more.
Don't
That's
forget,
incredible.
let's go Islanders.
Yeah, go Durs.
Game 2 tomorrow.
Right. Game 2 tomorrow.
We want the cup.
Right. Yankees could go fuck off because
Bet the
I'm
over.
sick of them.
Yeah.
They're making me sad. I actually love them, but they make me sad. All right,
Love
y'all.
you all.
Have a sick ass week. Keep your hats on. Love you.